Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So this morning, Bitcoin, you guys can clearly see, is now back above $28,000. We saw yesterday that Bitcoin was in fact touching $27,000. It was hot, actually, holding up pretty well right at 27K. Well, you guys can clearly see right now, Bitcoin is in fact pumping to the upside as I predicted yesterday. Even a few days ago, I told you guys many times that I do in fact see Bitcoin pumping, okay, having this massive pump up. So if you guys haven't seen my most previous videos where I mentioned that, please check them out. Like I said, right, 3 days ago, I told you guys, right, for all my Bitcoin holders out there, are you ready? Right, get ready for a massive pump. I said that 3 days ago, and I saw this. I saw a pattern in the chart, and that's why I was in fact predicting that Bitcoin was in fact going to skyrocket. Even just yesterday, right, 23 hours ago, I told you guys that Bitcoin is ready to skyrocket because of this, because of some great news, and of course what I was seeing in the pattern, right? So that's why, guys, I have in fact been investing, okay, a lot into Bitcoin, not just Bitcoin, but other altcoins as well, like Chainlink, right? And of course Ethereum, XRP and whatnot, right, for the past few days, and Polygon, Litecoin, and many more, right? So Bitcoin right now is holding up very well. You guys can clearly see that it's now back way above $28,000. Okay, it actually surpassed $27,000 right here. Okay, and we know Bitcoin was in fact, okay, it has in fact been forming this downtrend. You guys can clearly see that, right? High lows, high highs, high lows, high highs. Okay, and clearly right now Bitcoin is in fact breaking above that, and this is very bullish, and you guys can clearly see how strong these green candles are, right? So Bitcoin, okay, in no time, in my opinion, will pump back up to $30,000. And I told you guys many times, right, once Bitcoin does in fact surpass $30,000, because this year alone in 2023, right, we actually haven't seen Bitcoin break above $30,000 just yet. And I think once Bitcoin does, okay, we're gonna see Bitcoin surpass, and this rally that we have in fact been seeing all of this year in 2023, okay, will continue on to the upside, right? Once Bitcoin surpasses $30,000, I think that's where we see Bitcoin continue to rally up to $32,000, okay, $35,000, $40,000, and continue on to the upside. Okay, so it's looking very bullish right now for Bitcoin. You guys can clearly see that right now as I film this video, it's pumping. Right now it's at $28,900. Okay, look at it. I might actually go to 29, might actually hit $29,000 as I'm from this video. So Bitcoin, there we have it. Bitcoin is absolutely pumping up to the upside, guys, right? And obviously there's a lot of FOMO going on right now, and of course there's a lot of heavy buying, okay? And I told you guys, literally I told you guys, remember, right, there was all that FUD, negative news with the SEC, okay, spreading FUD and causing the markets to crash and whatnot. And I told you guys that Bitcoin will recover, and guess what? Literally, a few weeks later, right, 2 weeks later, here we are. Okay, here we are, and Bitcoin is absolutely pumping up to the upside. And that's why I've always been telling guys to ignore the nonsense, ignore the noise. Okay, they're trying to make us panic. Okay, they're trying to make us fearful, and I told you guys to not worry about that at all. We should all be bullish. We all should be at least dollar cost averaging, okay, stacking Bitcoin, and that's what I've been doing for the past few weeks and of course few months. And here we are, guys. Bitcoin is bouncing back up, right? It really is. You guys can clearly see that. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, and not just Bitcoin, but also altcoins. The entire crypto market today is pumping decently. Like, this is a great day, right? You guys can clearly see that. So the global crypto market cap right now is currently at 1.12 trillion. And overall, the market is up over 3%, right? Almost 4%, 3.8%. You guys clearly see Bitcoin is up a whopping 6%, 6.6% for the past 24 hours. Ethereum is up 4%, BNB up 2.4%, Cardano over 4%, right? You guys clearly see that. Dogecoin 2%, Solana 5%, same with Polygon, Litecoin 5% as well, Polkadot 4%, Shiba Inu 2%, Avalanche 6%. Great to see for Avalanche back at $12. Chainlink 2.8%, and you guys can clearly see that, right? Fair few altcoins are in fact pumping up to the upside. So it is in fact obviously a green day today. You guys can see HBAR pumping 10%. So it's looking pretty good for the markets. Okay, it's looking pretty good for the crypto market. It is obviously a green day today. So everything is in fact pumping up to the upside and of course recovering. Okay, so this is absolutely amazing to see, and this is exactly as I predicted, right? This is exactly as I predicted a few days ago. I've been mentioning this many times, even in my streams, right? If you guys haven't been following my streams, definitely check them out. But I've been telling you guys, like, Bitcoin will skyrocket. Okay, even in yesterday's stream, I told you guys Bitcoin will eventually skyrocket because of what I was seeing, in the charts, right, for Bitcoin. And here we are. So I want to show you guys a fair few charts in this video. We know Bitcoin was in fact forming this downtrend, okay, touching this resistance line, and it is finally, breaking above that. So this is very, very bullish right now for Bitcoin. So for all the people out there that were in fact saying, Bitcoin's going to drop back down to $20,000 and its previous lows and reach back down to $10,000, think twice, think again. Do you think Bitcoin will drop back down to $20,000? I've been telling you guys many times, right, that I don't see Bitcoin ever dropping back down below $20,000 ever again. Okay, I really don't, right? So that's that. Okay, this just proves it, right? It's all ups from here. I've been telling us that many, many times. Okay, so you guys can clearly see, right? We could potentially see another leg up for Bitcoin, right? Just like what we saw in 2016, 2023. Okay, it is in fact forming sort of, not the same cycle, but a similar cycle, right? This sort of like downtrend, okay, slight little downtrend. It is in fact breaking above it, and that's exactly what happened in 2016, okay? And we saw Bitcoin have a leg up, a massive pump, and this is, Bitcoin is exactly doing the exact same thing, right? You guys can clearly see that. So it's looking pretty bullish for Bitcoin, and we know what happened in the year 2016. Bitcoin was performing pretty well. We saw some teaser pumps, and then 2017, that's when we saw Bitcoin really pump, and it pumped all the way up to like $19,000, creating a new all-time high for that time period, right, in 2017, towards the end of the year in 2017. So Bitcoin's looking pretty good, right? It really is. It's holding up very, very well. So you guys know that I've been mentioning that I do in fact see a 50K Bitcoin, right, towards the end of this year in 2023. So the target is around $38,000, okay, in the next upcoming few weeks. Okay, I think Bitcoin will easily reach back up, $30,000, and once it surpasses that resistance line of 30K, we're going to easily see Bitcoin continue on to the upside, having another leg up, right? So big things are coming to those that were patient, okay? So if you guys were in fact patient, okay, with all this FUD and negative news surrounding the crypto space, you're winning right now, okay? And I've told you guys that many, many times to not worry, okay? And if you guys were patient, you're winning, because Bitcoin is obviously about to back up, and it will continue to have its leg up. And I told you guys many times, right? There's no way in hell we're going to see, Bitcoin going below $20,000 ever again. We know the halving for Bitcoin is literally less than 1 year from now. So it's not the time, for Bitcoin to crash. We have already hit bottom, which was 15K last November, and now it's forming a new pattern to the upside. We know that, right? You guys can clearly see that, a new pattern to the upside. I've been mentioning this many, many times, and that's why I don't see Bitcoin having a massive crash back down anytime soon, right? I really don't. Obviously, it's going to have small corrections every now and then, but other than that, it's all ups from here, right? It really is, guys, okay? We are coming up to the next bull market. This bear market is about to end very, very soon, okay? Please understand this, guys. So yes, 38K is the target very soon, okay? So be excited for that for all my Bitcoin holders out there. Now, here's another chart that I really want to show you guys. And it looks like Bitcoin's going to explode back up to the upside, right? We know we have already hit bottom, okay, in November, like I said, okay? And clearly Bitcoin is, in fact, forming this new pattern to the upside. You guys clearly see that, okay? And we're going to have a retest, okay? And Bitcoin's going to pump. Pretty much similar like what it did in 2015. You guys know I'm a big believer of, history sort of repeating itself, patterns sort of rhyming. It's like clockwork, right? So you guys understand, okay, every time, okay, we hit bottom, Bitcoin goes up, and then it's going to hit bottom again, and then it's going to go up, right? Because of the Bitcoin halving, okay, we know, previous cycles, we always enter, a bear market and of course a bull market, right? It's the same similar cycles every single time. Okay, we hit bottom and then it reaches a new all-time high. Once the halving happens, we always tend to reach a new all-time high, and then it hits bottom again, and then we'll reach another new all-time high in the next bull market, right? In the next halving event for Bitcoin. It's always the same thing. Okay, so be excited for that, guys. You know, this year in 2023, we're obviously, in my opinion, not going to reach back up to, you know, Bitcoin's previous all-time highs, which is 69K. I think, you know, I said many times, we're going to see Bitcoin reach at least 50K, but I could be wrong, right? We could potentially see Bitcoin reach back up to its previous all-time highs towards the end of this year in 2023. We will see, right? We will see. Who knows? But Bitcoin will pump and Bitcoin will recover. And then 2024, that's when we're going to see really, you know, Bitcoin really pump, right? It's going to, you know, pump like crazy. It's going to, you know, pump back up to its previous all-time highs most likely, and of course reach a new all-time high because of the halving event, right? We know the Bitcoin halving is around April or May, in, you know, next year in 2024. So that's literally less than 1 year from now. And, you know, we're going to see Bitcoin pump, right? We really will see Bitcoin pump, especially towards the end of the year in 2024. We're going to see Bitcoin pump and, of course, reach a new all-time high. And I think that's when we will in fact see a six-figure Bitcoin, right? We're going to see a 100K Bitcoin. And I think that's the time where Bitcoin will really reach 100K. And then, of course, 2025, we know what's going to happen, right? That's when we'll officially, like, full on be in the next bull market. That's when we're going to see Bitcoin just pump like crazy. Like what we saw in 2021, we should be seeing that in the year 2025. Okay, so like I said, Bitcoin always recovers from all the FUD and negative news that causes Bitcoin to crash. Okay, we know in 2020 we had the COVID crash, and then we had the KuCoin hack crash. So Bitcoin have a little dump right there, and then we saw it explode, right? And just recently, a couple of months ago, we saw the FTX crash. Okay, we know what happened with that, right? We saw Bitcoin crash about like 16%, and then it recovered, right? And right now, okay, we are in fact seeing, you know, the Binance FUD, of course, with the SEC and Coinbase and all that, right? And I told you guys, right, literally a couple of weeks ago, I've been telling you guys many times that we will see Bitcoin recover from this, and it will potentially, right? It just has to. Okay, it's not always going to drop back down below, and Bitcoin is obviously recovering from this already. Okay, you guys clearly see that. So it's going to pump up to the upside, guys. I've been telling you guys this many times, and I've got some even more bullish news here, guys, right? Not really news, but check this out for the Bitcoin monthly returns. We are now in the greens. It's crazy because yesterday this was down like 2% or 1% in the reds, and that's completely swapped right to the greens. We are up 4% right for this month in June, and I'm actually surprised. The reason why I say I'm surprised is because June is usually a month where Bitcoin doesn't really perform that well. You guys can see in just last year in 2022, Bitcoin was down over 37%, and then 2021 was down, you know, 5%, and then 3% in 2020. So previous years, Bitcoin hasn't really, you know, performed that well in June, but so far this year in 2023, it's up 4% in the greens. Okay, so we'll see where June leads us, if June will end off in the greens or the reds. Okay, we'll see. I'll obviously keep you guys updated, but it's great to see that this month so far we are in fact in the greens. Okay, it's great to see, right? So we're up 4% so far, and check this out, it gets even better, guys. It gets even better. The Fiend Greed Index right now and is in greed mode. It is in fact in greed mode, currently at 59. Okay, we've been seeing this Fiend Greed Index at like neutral for the longest time. Okay, we were in fact seeing greed mode like a couple of months ago, but after that we've just been seeing neutral. Okay, and I was kind of getting sick of it, and now we are in fact seeing some greed. Okay, it's currently at 59, so it's surpassed 55, so it's full on in greed mode, which is absolutely amazing to see. And you guys can clearly see it did in fact pump like over 10, because yesterday I was at 49, now it's at 59. So absolutely amazing to see. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Great to see Bitcoin back at $28,000. I will obviously keep you guys updated. Okay, more videos will in fact be coming your way today as well, so stay tuned for that. And of course, later on today, I will in fact be streaming, so come and join it. I really would appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. I know exactly who you guys are because I read the comments. Okay, you know, I read the comments because I like them and I heart them. And of course, I reply to them. I try my best, right? So I appreciate all you guys. You guys know exactly who you guys are. Keep up the support. And more videos will in fact be coming your way. But on that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.